hands down, my favorite set in Yu-Gi-Oh! Has to be Duelist Alliance. What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch. Common question of the day: what is your favorite set in the game of all time? Mine's easily Duelist Alliance. I mean, it came out with Shadows like El Shell Construct. We got new cards for Satella Knights like Deltaros. Burning Abyss also debuted in this set as well, with Dante Traveler the Burning Abyss being the main card. Little fun fact, this card was like $1 when it first came. It was nothing. And then Burning Abyss, like within the following week, became one of the best decks. And other cards like Yang Zings, like Boxia, Saphira Queen of Dragons is still a great card, which was after the set was out. I mean, absolutely insanely good set. I really did love this set. It was really an exciting time for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, because when this set was first shown, everyone was really excited about Shadows. I mean, hey, I was too. Shadows were amazing. And debuting in this set, everyone wanted to get their hands on them. And I personally wanted not only Shadows, but I wanted everything. And I wound up getting Burning Abyss that weekend at a relatively easy. It was really easy to pull, actually, and easy to trade for. And I got my playset at Dante's and got the rest of the deck, and it was fun and it was good times. Like I said, this is easily my favorite set. So once again, comment question of the day: what is your favorite set? Guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, like button, and comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Also hit the notification bell when I do my live streams and when these videos also go live. If you want to support the channel, click in the description box below, and there's a TCG player link, and I would greatly appreciate that. Lightning Storm is just starting to rise more and more and more in value. Original print Secret Lightning Storm added Ignition Assault recent set, which is not that really good of a set, but hey, this is a good card, I guess, is roughly around $128,000 the market price. Realistically though, for an unlimited version, that's going to run you roughly $135. And if you want a first edition version, it'll be roughly around the same price point. The value of Lightning Storm is absolutely insane, and I think Konami needs to do something on this about this card in the ban list, because we know they're not going to reprint this card right off the gate. If they don't do something about this card in the ban list, you're going to be easily buying, if you want to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh!, a playset of Lightning Storm, roughly almost near $400, and then you choose your deck. This kind of feels like Phantasme, and got that little bit of a Phantasme nostalgia when it first debuted and everyone needed it, and it was a must-have 3 of, and Konami didn't hit on the ban list, so there's probably a good chance this card might not get hit in the ban list, but there's no other way to mediate this card, because they're not going to reprint this card right off the gate. So you're looking to pay at least $400, and then choose what deck you want to play, and that'll be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. We also have other cards like Jet Synchron rising to almost near, I believe, a $6 market price. We'll see it over here. The light pick precision being roughly around 6. With shipping, it's roughly around 7, to be honest, which is roughly near the same price point as the market price of this card. Now, structure deck, Synchro Extreme Structure Deck was absolutely terrible. Nobody really liked it. It was a bunch of goofy stuff on a TV show, and everyone's like, okay, yeah, no, TV show, we watched, not really. But hey, now that's actual value. I mean, Jet Synchro being roughly around $7. You also have Excel Synchro, another card that could potentially be a good meta deck, a meta relevant card, being roughly around $4 in the market price, matching it almost near $5. I mean, after that one's first listing is sold, it's hitting $5 for this card. And then of course you have this random card over here, Synchron Carrier. I don't know why this is money, but hey, $6 market price. That card's also roughly around $6. The structure deck Synchron Extreme structure deck, however you want to say it, actually has value, which is hilarious, because this. I mean, I'm not sure if you can still find it at your local Walmart, maybe a card shop, but this was on sale everywhere because it was just that bad of a structure deck. But hey, now it's met value, so keep an eye out for this one. So looking at the 2019 Megatins, I mean, the value of some of the cards are absolutely insane, specifically Nibiru and Dark Ruler No More. Dark Ruler No More being roughly around $12, Nibiru being roughly around $15. That Megatin costs $20. So the value of these Megatins are absolutely insane. And I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players get excited when it comes down to the Megatins being released. And they go, V, should I buy 10 or a zillion cases of Megatins? What should I do? Well, my question always is, well, are you going to sell immediately? Or are you going to hold the product, sit on a lot of product, and wait till the price actually moves before selling it? Because there's two different ways of looking at this. I mean, Nibiru is a great card, don't get me wrong, but when it first came out of the Megatins, it was like $6. Dark Ruler No More was less than that. So it's really crazy to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Players talk about buying a lot of product and then trying to flip it for immediate gains. In this case, those who bought a ton of Megatins and did nothing else after cracking the pack, sorting it, are going to make money. Obviously, you don't necessarily want to do it immediately. There's a gamble, But overall, I mean, that's realistically what's going to happen with this. Nobody really realistically did it, though. Everyone wants to open product, sort it, cherry pick it, and then sell it. But the problem with that is you're not going to get immediate gains on certain cards. Other cards, maybe, but not on the overall scenario for the Megatons, not realistically. So I think that, once again, when it comes to buying a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Products, just know what you want to do with it. Know how you want to get rid of it. I get this question asked to me a lot, like a lot, about, hey, should I buy a case of X or Y or the newest set? And I always ask the same exact question. And the responses are always, I'm going to sell immediately. Okay, sure, but you're not going to get that long-term value then. And there is long-term value. Look at cards like Nibiru and Dark Ruler no more. And that's only the promos, not including the cards inside the set. I mean, hey, listen, I get it. You want to sell quickly because you don't want to have what happened in 2018 Megatons. But in fair honesty, this set was dead on arrival. I mean, it was cool to open 2018 Megatons. It was cool to crack a couple of cards, but it was a really bad Megatons. And even the promos, I still have not really seen any value. Martial Metal Marcher is actually starting to see play in Animantipators. And with Eternity Code being released, this will definitely see play in that deck. And still $2. Because everyone opened this and was severely disappointed about the value of the promos in this Megaton, as well as what's in this Megaton. Megaton was absolutely trash. But yeah, this is something that when people go, hey, should I buy this? I mean, common sense, man. You know there's no value. And maybe there's potential long-term value. I will agree with anyone on this. But here's the thing. Do you go ahead and spend and buy the product sealed? The same amount of money you spend on this sealed that you'll spend on this sealed that has value? Or do you just wait? And then everything tanks, and then you go and you buy 100 copies of each card. What makes more sense? And I always agree with the person who goes, I'm going to buy bulk of these cards nobody's looking at. I'm going to throw them to the side, and I'm going to wait till they go up in value. And they don't, no big deal, because these cards are worth nothing. But if they do go up in value, let's say Martial Metal Marcher hits $6, and you bought it at 50 cents each. I mean, that's crazy value. So that's what I always recommend in these situations. All right, listen, I'm a big Cosmo fanboy. I mean, huge Cosmo fanboy. And what the hell, Cosmo players? I don't know what's going on with the recent Cosmo buyout, but it's still happening. There's still significant value in Cosmo cards, and it's doing nothing. And even though I'm a big Cosmo fan, and if you corner anyone that's a big Cosmo fan, they will tell you, unless Emergency Teleport goes to 3, and even then, Konami has to release a one specifically made for Cosmos that can go to 3. This deck's probably not going to be doing anything. And if it did go to 3, would this deck see tier 1 meta play? I don't think so. I think this deck can definitely be a good contender for tier 1.5. And maybe a really good play can make this look like it's tier 1, sure. But can it really, realistically, consistently, throughout the whole Yu-Gi-Oh community, be a tier 1 meta contending deck? I don't think so. But once again, looking at the value of Cosmos, like Cosmo Dark Destroyer, with a $22 market price, this card's about $30. Like, what's going on, chat? What's going on, community? What's going on, everybody that plays Yu-Gi-Oh? Really gonna buy Cosmos and just take it and go, okay, I got it, and then put it in a deck box? Listen, I'm a big fan of buying deck cores. I'm not a big fan about you overpaying for deck cores. And looking at Cosmos, that's exactly what we're seeing. It's so obvious and so true what's going on. It's just silly. Once again, if you're in a place like Nebraska where you only play rogue matchups, ignore everything I just completely said. You're paying overpriced money for Cosmos, makes perfect sense, because you're in Nebraska and everyone else is playing like Ojamas, so you'll probably have a good chance of making top 4 in a regionals. Who knows? But, you know, the rest of planet Earth, including the TCG, yeah, no, that makes zero sense. So looking at Emergency Teleport, by the way, it's also going up in value all over the place. I mean, even the ugly-looking gold version's $4. The High-Speed Riders is about $6. The original print Dual Genesis has a variation of price points for that ultra rare, with a $6 market price. Unlimited is roughly around $5. But then when you want to go to first editions, you probably pay, yeah, it's about 6 first editions. So that's roughly around $6 as well. And then you look over here at Legend Collection 5. These are secret rare. That's near about $8. But realistically, if you want to buy the E-Tele, the ultra rare, well, here, let me tell you something real quickly. The unlimited price point is $27, but the Light E-Play Unlimited is $19. To be honest with you, unlimited E-Tele for 19, we'll say $20, we'll round it up one, to $20 for unlimited E-Tele is a really good deal. Like, really good deal. And there's a ton of listings for it to around the $20 price point. So, if you looking to buy a card, a nice high revenue card, Ultimate Unlimited E-Tele is probably a good buy. I mean, if you want to go ahead and buy a first edition, hey, sure, but you're going to be paying, what, almost 3 times the amount? Yeah, $67 for that card. Boom, right there. and it quickly goes up to $80 for the first edition version. So once again, let's say $80 for first edition, or a quarter of that for an unlimited edition. Once again, I think this is a great card. Just don't overpay for it. Vampire Sucker is a really good card, and I feel like everyone keeps forgetting about how broken this card is. All we need is a zombie deck that's near tier 1.5 that comes out right off the box from Konami. Hey, listen, we have a set. Here's a 1.5 zombie deck in the set. And then you could add cards like Vampire Sucker and other cards just to enhance that. And you could probably see and potentially see a tier 1 zombie deck. And I think it's naive for any Yu-Gi-Oh player to say zombies will never be tier 1. We know they're going to be tier 1. Well, this card, Vampire Sucker, Secret Rare, Original Print, Out of Flames of Destruction, is the card you need for that future upcoming zombie deck, because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. Looking at Vampire Sucker from Place of Destruction with a $10 market price, lightly played first edition is at $10. It quickly goes to $11, but once again, not that big of a deal. In fact, if you want the ultra rare that came out of the 2019 Megatins, that's going to be roughly around $2. So you can still grab this card at a relatively low price point, or you can get the highest max rarity version, which will obviously have the biggest spike. I'm not saying the ultra rare won't, it definitely will. Whenever we get a zombie deck, that's going to be tier 1, because it's inevitable. And we can make a comment. You can say, well, V, Eldritch. No, bro, I'm talking about like zombies. Not like that guy, he's a zombie. Guess zombies, right? No, absolutely not. Eldritch is not really about zombies as much as it is about just controlling your opponent's field and recycling and reusing and cycling on board consistently, which is it's amazing at. But Vampire Sucker and a future tier 1 zombie deck, I think it's going to happen. I think it's inevitable. Don't know when. It could be tomorrow. We can find out. It could be 10 years from now, but it's inevitable. And I do think this card will see meta play when that does happen. Ultimate Power Duality is finally coming down in value. I mean, it's not tanking, but it's coming down in value. Ultimate Power Duality at an Astro Pack 5 with a $132 market price is still roughly around $147, which is crazy. But at one point, this card was $250. So I'll take $150 Ultimate Power Duality. If I was still playing Ultigeist, I'm dead serious, I would consider buying this card. Now, that's only for me, because I want max rarity Ultigeist, even though Konami still owes us Ultimate Rare Multi-Faker, Multi, which should be a thing, but it's not, which is annoying, because it's so, like, obvious. But still, look at that Power Duality Ultimate Rare being at this high price point. The only thing I could really think of is Pot Zai's Ultimate Rare, and the fact that it's not at this price point, and it should be, and it's going to be beyond it, and it's inevitable when that card rises higher, including the Secret Rare. Realistically, the Ultimate Rare is going to be rising, so keep an eye on for that one. I'm looking at this one because I already have my Pot Zai's Ultimate Rare, and Pot Duality is looking good, but if you don't have Ultimate Rare Pot Zai's, that's realistically what you should be looking at, unless you want max rarity Ultigeist. I don't blame you at all. 150 is not that bad if you're an Ultigeist fanboy. Geist gang. Anyway, Pinpoint Landing is a really good card that was not reprinted, ever. And at one point, this card was $1, by the way. Pinpoint Landing Original Print and a Cybernetic Horizon Secret Rare with a $3 market price is still roughly around $3 on the market. It's not changed. And to be honest with you, this card's insane, and it's just waiting for that deck. Once again, there's a lot of great cards in this game that's just waiting for the meta or the deck. And we've seen this before. We've seen this with a lot of cards that are worthless day one, and out of nowhere, there's a meta that needs that card to be in it, and the price spikes crazy high. Look at that Pinpoint Landing. It says, if exactly one monster special summon from the hand to your field, you can draw one card. That's it. You can only use effective Pinpoint Landing once per turn. During the end phase, if you have not drawn a card by this effect, send this card to the graveyard. So basically, if you can special summon a monster from your hand every single turn, you're in the money. At the very least, Pinpoint Landing is like a defunct Upstart Goblin. Think about it. Upstart Goblin just says draw a card. Pinpoint Landing says, hey, if you can special summon a monster from your hand, you draw a card. So if you have a deck that can consistently do that, by playing Pinpoint Landing and by using it for the first time, you are doing Upstart Goblin's work, minus your opponent getting extra life points, which is pretty good with this horrible time rulings we have right now. Using a second turn, boom, you get an extra free card. Third turn, if the game still lasts that long, you get an extra card. But what I'm trying to really focus on with you guys is, if you use it right off the gate, and you special a monster from your hand, and you draw a card, it became a deck thinner that is continuous. This card just blows our mind, and it blows our mind from day one how people didn't see how good this card was. I R9 this card right off the gate. I mentioned it in my market watch, and when we first talked about the set, and I still have the card. I'm trying to get more of it. I'm always trying to get more Pinpoint Landings because it's a really good card that people just underestimate heavily. I'm dead serious. You don't have it right now. It's currently $3 to almost $4. It's not that big of a deal when you think about how the fact that this card has not been reprinted in Megatins. This card is Upstart Goblin the turn you use it. Okay, without the negative effect, your opponent getting 1,000 life points. And if you get a second turn, this card just gives you an extra free card. Just do it by its conditions. I mean, you can look at the bottom and see Crusades, and obviously Crusades can easily use this card. But realistically, you can look at this card and just say, hey, listen, is there going to be any deck in the history of the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's going to have monsters that can special from the hand? Ugh, that's a hard one. I'm going to go with yes. Next, guys, we have Chaos Dragon Levineer. I know I talked about this the other day, but the price point keeps going higher and higher and higher. Ultimate Chaos Dragon Levineer at the OTS Tournament Pack 2, with a $45 market price right now, as of this video, is at $60. And by the way, look how fast it goes up. You got 2 at 60. Another one 61, another one 65, and then boom, you're in 70 territory. After a quick couple of sales, it's 75. The page on the page 1 bombs out at $81. Let me just give you a little bit of a reference. The fact that how fast, and this card can easily and quickly bottom out to $81. Reference, Solemn Judgment is definitely the best card at an OTS Tournament Pack 12. I will never disagree with anybody on that. Looking at it with an $81 market price, it's currently stable around 80 to 82 bucks. Sure. Okay, that's the price point of this card that we know is good. Screw and Twizzle is another great card, it's roughly around 60. We know it's good. Chaos Dragon Levineer, it's only waiting, once again, to be good. Maybe there's a deck out right now that I don't see that it is good in. I don't know. But I do know this card is rising. This card at one point was like, I think it was 38 bucks. I could be, someone comment down below, let me know what you guys think. But it was relatively inexpensive. And I kept talking about, you need to get this card. You need to get this card. This card is still rising. It's still going to go up. And I think it will definitely hit $80. I think it's inevitable. And to be honest with you, I think until Konami gets rid of this card by hitting on the ban list, this card's going to keep rising and rising and rising, because this card is broken. We also have Millennium Master Strict. Now, this card came out of Legendary Duelist to HM Millennium, obviously. I think it's going to get a reprint soon. I'm not 100% sure about that, but $39 market price. The value of the card currently is roughly around $39. Now, let me explain something to you. Why? Why is this card worth anything? I get it because people have, you know, the TV show, I guess, sure. I don't know why this card's worth anything, being the fact that Instant Fusion is to 1. When Instant Fusion was a 3, obviously this card makes sense. You bring it out, you Instant Fusion, you put it on board, your opponent's like, well, there goes my hand trash, and you're like, you got it, buddy. And then you just do the rest of your combo, and then you murder your opponent. Cool, fun times. Everyone had a great time minus your opponent. I don't understand whatsoever why this card's still $40. If this card is going to get a reprint, I think it's going to get a reprint. If it's going to get a reprint, why is this card still $40? It annoys me, because this is value that makes 0 sense. In fact, if you have a Millennium Master Strict, I highly recommend for you to sell it. Unless there's a new Relinquish deck coming out that's going to be bomb. Which hopefully it is, because I love Relinquish. It's a really fun deck. Hey, that's a monster you have there. I'm just going to take it. Alright. That's fair. I mean, change a hard, ban, but I have 3 of this monster that says I take your monster. Fun times. I do like Relinquish a lot. I hope Konami goes back and makes Relinquish meta again. It'd be really fun. But until that happens, why is this card $40? This card should be sold instantly. So, Masterpiece of Drake and Slay King is a card we all love. And if you don't love this card, well, you were probably playing Zodiac +8 if you did a combo incorrectly. Who cares about what you say at that point? I'm sorry. This is one thing, if you're a Zodiac fanboy, and I love Zodiac, I have the whole deck core, but if you're a pure Zodiac fanboy, you probably don't like this card. But if you're literally everybody else, you love this card. This card is so fun. And Masterpiece of True Drake and Slaying King, I think every Yu-Gi-Oh player is excited about coming off the ban list. This has become almost a new Stratos, where almost anyone can agree with you, my Zodiac players, that this card is really good. And to be honest with you, with a $14 market price, this card unlimited, it's about $16. First edition version is also about $16. This card is rising crazy high. At one point, this card was like $4 or $5 for Masterpiece. And every time I get a ban list, whether I talk about this card or not, someone will comment down below, V, what about Masterpiece? What if this card came back? What would it do? Probably not much, but hey, we want it back, and that's all that matters. And I can't disagree with that, because yes, Masterpiece should come back to 1. I don't think Monarchs or Dracos would do anything, but it'd be great to have this card back to 1. Why? Because why not, Konami? Think about it. Why not? We also have Atlantean Dragoons Ultimate Rare, and I'm telling you right now, I kind of have the Atlantean bug. I have 2 viruses in me. Not the big one, okay? That's a joke compared to this virus, because it hurts the wallet. Atlantean Dragoons Ultimate Rare. In fact, Mermo Atlanteans Max Rarity is gorgeous. And very expensive. In fact, I did the math. If you want to make a meta-relevant version of Max Rarity Atlantean / Water deck, it's gonna run you Max Rarity. Once again, we're talking Prismatic Lightning Storms. We're not just relaxing, going, oh yeah, skimp out. No, Max Rarity. You pay enough, you get enough. About $5,500. $5,500 for this deck max rarity. Now, I have a Flex Zodia playmat. This will look gorgeous with that playmat. But $5,500 is a lot of money. And I don't know. Looking at Lantern Dragoon's max rarity, Astro Pack 2, Ultimate Rare with $113 market price, it's $130. You need 3, by the way. You don't go, oh, maybe I'll just play 2 Dragoons. Sure, maybe just lose fast. No, you need 3 of this card. Okay? You 100% need 3. You need your Lantheon's Marksmans. You need everything Supers, including Super Deep Sea Divas. They're like $90. I know this because I did the math on this. $5,500, and it's beautiful. The only thing about having a max rarity water deck, the only thing that annoys me and kind of worries me is Yu-Gi-Oh! Is notorious for theft. And if someone steals a $5,500 deck, man, what would you do? Actually, I should have been a comment question of the day. If you lost a $5,500 deck, I'll tell you right now, with a $5,500 deck, I'm just gonna make a slit in my skin and throw it in there. It's just with me, it's in me, it's on me, or it's on the board. Other than that, don't even look at it. Come on, man, $1,500 is a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know, man. And this or the heroes, and I don't know which one. I'm still debating on them. I'm constantly debating on them because I want to play heroes. I want to hero fanboy it up. And I didn't do max rarity heroes yet. That's probably a whole nother present of money. But max rarity Lantern Dragoons, I did the math already, and we rounded. I think it was like 54. Rounded it up with tax and all because you get charged tax nowadays on buying cardboard, which makes no sense. But whatever. $5,500. It even sounds like worrisome to say, but I don't know, man. Like. I kind of want to take the journey. I want to take the journey here, heroes. I don't know yet. Once again, if whatever you know, you let me know in the comment section down below. What should I do? And if you had the opportunity, what would you do? And why? I would love to know, actually. Next to Brianna, got a Secret Force, a Secret Rare with a $32 market price. It's not 32. It's actually $52, unlimited versions. If you want a first version, you're looking to pay about 60 bones for Necros Embryonic. Let me just throw it out there. Necros Embryonic is starting to hit the same price point it was when Secret Forces first came out. Why is this, you say? Because why not? Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are getting bored, and we're slowly becoming and evolving. So you got Yu-Gi-Oh! Players that were buying only meta cards, and they were having a good time, excited. Konami's like, hey, here's new meta cards. These are a lot of money. We're like, we don't care. And we would just like buy them, whatever. But since we can't go outside to the sun, we're like, bro, grab a deck core, let's bling it out. And I think that's what's happening with like cards of like Necros. I mean, once again, you have Necros Embryonic being $52 to $60 for a first edition copy, but you have the ultra rare, sure, $6 you say? Boom. It's actually $5. You want to name it first edition? That's where it gets to be $6 for the ultra rare. Times that by 10 for it to be secret rare. I don't know, like I don't blame anybody by that. People go, oh, because of the market, oh, people in the market is buying out. I don't blame them whatsoever. When there's nothing to do to go out and play the game, what do? If you can't race your car, you're still gonna wash it, right? Think about it, okay? Put it in the perspective of these guys with these mentalities. We're all race car, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Players or race car drivers. And if you can't race your car, you're still gonna do things for your car. You're gonna wash it. Maybe you're gonna add a new exhaust that doesn't make that goofy loud noise, because if people that just have like insecurities make loud noise when they ride. Same thing with motorcycles. I hate those people. But you're gonna add a new radio system. You're gonna deck your car. You're gonna add more to your car, even though you're not riding it. And let's say someone comes up to you and goes, "You can't ride that for a couple of months." You're still gonna take care of your baby. Well, for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, including myself, by the way, that's why I totally agree with this kind of price spike. Is people are just going, I can't go out and play Yu-Gi-Oh! So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay home and I'm going to work on my cards. I'm going to first work on my meta deck, which more likely the people that bought this card did. And then I'm going to work on deck cores. And I'm not just working on like, all right, let's get the ultra rare, lowest rarity, common, gold, whatever. No. Max rarity deck cores. And that's what they're doing. So I don't blame them. And hopefully we can get back to normal Yu-Gi-Oh! And these whole crazy high prices of deck cores calm down. As Konami goes, here, eat more meta cards. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are like, oh, I'll spend a lot of money on that. Whatever. Anyway, so I haven't talked about the ban list at all this entire week, and I think starting Monday, I think we'll start having a conversation about the ban list, because we're going to be almost about 2 weeks away from the next ban list. We're getting that ban list, by the way. At first I didn't think we was going to get in the ban list, and then with this whole virus situation calming down, I do think we're going to be getting the ban list. And I do think that the ban list is going to be insane, and I think we're going to have to talk about a lot of cards. So let's talk about one right now. Denlong, First of the Yang Zing, a card that has a $3 market price, only printing, ultra rare, in Invasion Vengeance, and the light play first edition is actually about $2 free with shipping. This card's probably, I mean, it's going to contend to come off the ban list. Will this card see play? I don't know. I think it will. You know, that little synchro tuner thing right there is pretty broken. And if it does see play, what's going to happen to this card? What's going to spike in value? It's only printing in Invasion Vengeance. Yeah, this card, I mean, why would this card not come back to 1? Do you think it's that broken? We're talking in a meta which we have like Emancipation and Eldritch and Evenly Matched and Lightning Storms, and then I go, hey, Denlong, and they're like, yo, chill, bro, chill with that Denlong. All right, okay, go back to it. Yeah, Lightning Storm at 3 is pretty fair. Evenly Matched at 3? I see nothing wrong with this. Fair Yu-Gi-Oh. Man, I love fair Yu-Gi-Oh. Hey, what about Denlong at 1? Shut the hell up, Bill. Like, I don't understand, like, when anyone, like, stopping this card. This card should come back to 1. I think it should. I think it's almost fair to see this card coming back to 1. And it makes sense, especially in Master 05. But I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. It's your boy V, and YuGiOh Paisanos. You guys have a great day.